Okay, y'all, I'm gonna make this quick, but you know it's not really gonna be quick because you know how I am. I have noticed on a lot of internet sites, Facebook, YouTube, that there are a lot of people out there that are fans of the new artists. For example, Rihanna, Nicki Minaj, Beyonce, even though she came out in late 90s or whatever, but still new, pretty much. And they bash a lot of the older artists, and I don't like that. And what I want to say is, it ain't right. And I'm going to just make this real quick because I can go on forever about this. But y'all need to realize that if it wasn't for those older artists, the new artists, some of them wouldn't have a concept because some of them constantly copying, but we're not going to go there. But Mo would just say, to be nice, a lot of them wouldn't be where they're at today. Am I right, cameraman?
You're right.
Some of them would be where they're at today. And it's like, okay, I'm going to give you an example. Nicki Minaj and then Lil Kim. People always comparing them, putting them together. And a lot of Nicki Minaj fans bash the hell out of Lil Kim. How you gonna do that when she opened so many doors for that type of female rapper? Like, I'm not saying you have to like the older artists' music. I'm not saying you have to listen to it. I'm not saying you even have to purchase their stuff, but you do have to respect them for what they did. I constantly see, I don't listen to Nicki Minaj. I barely listen to Lil Kim, so I'm not biased. That's why I'm using them. But I do know that Lil Kim opened up a lot of doors for people like Nicki Minaj, you know, and others like her. And I just don't think it's right. I'm going to give you another example. They always comparing Beyonce to somebody, okay? Beyonce is a very talented woman. I prefer her more when she was in Destiny's Child, but that's just my opinion. They always compare her to Janet. Well, because I be on Janet forums, and I see this. And to me, the comparison is kind of funny, because it's kind of like comparing... You can't compare someone who's been around 3 decades to someone who just went solo this decade. You know, it doesn't make sense, or in the 2000s. It doesn't make sense to me. And it's like Beyonce is living in the house that Janet built. She is the foundation. Her and others like her from her era. Mariah and Madonna and people like her. And it especially disturbs me when my people, black people, say this shit. Excuse me, say this stuff. I try not to cuss on my YouTube channel, but y'all done sent me there, okay? It disturbs me because people, you gotta realize, people like Janet, people like, you know, the older artist Tina Turner, since we talk about Beyonce, you know, she got her whole persona down pat. But anyway, that's another video. We won't go there. People like Janet, people like Tina Turner, they're legends. They're part of our black history. And then I go on Janet videos and I see these idiots really posting comments like, F Janet, Beyonce slayed her, Beyonce took her place. Wait a minute. Like, she's part of our black history. She's part of music history. Her and the others back there with her paved the road. And I can tell a lot of these people are young because they don't know, they weren't there, they don't bother to look back. And they make these comments like, you just wonder where they're from. Like, I'm turning 30 this year. But when I was growing up, I was looking at Janet. I was looking at, you know, Aaliyah and et cetera, et cetera. But I knew about Diana Ross. And I knew about Aretha Franklin and people like that. And I did not diss them. I didn't be like, oh yeah, Janet, F Aretha, F Diana. Why would I do that? I respected them. I might not listen to all their music. I mean, I did, you know. But I'm not going to go and diss them just because they're not modern or they're not contemporary at the time when they paved the road for the people I'm listening to now. I just didn't hear that back then when I was growing up. You always hear dissing going on now, and I don't like it. It's rude, it's ignorant. You don't have to like the artist or care for their music, but understand what they did. I'm going to get on Janet again because she's one of my top 5 faves. before, a lot of young people might not know. Young people listen to this, and other people that don't know. Before Janet, they did not play our music. Black people. This is for my black people listening to this, and everybody really, but they didn't play black female dance artists on the radio, like on mainstream stations. We take it for granted now. We can't even fathom that someone would say, "Oh, they're black, we're not gonna play them." Just like they did Michael on MTV. They didn't want to play his video because he's, you know, black, but they had to because it was such a force. You know, he opened it up for everybody else. And the same thing Janet did for radio. They didn't really play black dance music, you know, dance, what was considered dance back then, on the top 40 and stuff, Hot 100 radio stations. They didn't. Like, it was confined to just our radio stations, you know. It was kind of segregated still in the 80s. And she opened all that up. And I think you have to respect that. You can't say, you know, F her or F them people from back then. Because if it wasn't for Janet, it wouldn't be no Beyonce on the radio. And those trendsetters and those people that paved the way. So that's all I got to say. I hope y'all enjoyed this. If you didn't, at least you got something from it. I'm not dissing anybody. I just think that you need to know your history and where you come from. And it's important, and it disturbs me to see so much ignorance, you know, now with some of these new fans. It's not all of them, and it's not just young people, but, you know, you need to know these things. Check out my other videos, subscribe, and I'll see y'all later. Bye.